Aryna Sabalenka takes her first crack at Iga Swiatek's claycourt supremacy in Stuttgart. Plus, Carlos Alcaraz looks go back-to-back in Monte Carlo and Barcelona, while Alexander Zverev looks for home cooking, and Jakub Mensik makes his return. In Munich, the clay season expands this week. After keeping our attention focused on Monte Carlo for the past 7 days, we'll spread it around to Barcelona, Munich, and Stuttgart over the next 7. There are number 1,000 level events among them, but there's still a lot to watch. In Stuttgart, the women slide into their clay swing in proper style, with the world's top 4 players Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula in the field. In Barcelona, Carlos Alcaraz tries to follow the old path of his countryman Rafael Nadal by backing up his Monte Carlo title on home soil. In Munich, Alexander Zverev will look to finally get back on track at home. Here are 3 storylines to follow as we make our second stop on the road to Roland Garros. Spring isn't just clay season, it's also the season when the Swiatek vs Sabalenka becomes a living, breathing, often exciting rivalry. Half of their 12 matches, and all 5 of their finals, have come on dirt. 2 of those finals happened in Stuttgart, in 2022 and 2023. Swiatek's straight-set wins in both laid the foundation for her Roland Garros title runs 2 months later. As they return to Stuttgart in 2025, there's a different pecking order between the longtime number 1 and number 2. In the past, it was Swiatek who was ranked first and who was coming off at least one Sunshine Double title. Now it's Sabalenka who has both of those things. She won in Miami for the first time a few weeks ago. Following that up with her first title in Stuttgart would send a major signal about her potential in Paris, but a 1 vs 2 final is hardly guaranteed. Last year, neither of them made it that far, and this year the field may be stronger. 3rd seed Coco Gauff is bound to find her form at some point this spring. 4th seed Jessica Pegula has won 17 of 19 matches, and has her own slam designs this season. 6th seed Mira Andreeva already has 2 WTA 1000 titles in 2025, and wins over both Sabalenka and Swiatek. Sabalenka could start against Clara Tauson, who beat her earlier this season. Swiatek may have to face her nemesis, Jelena Ostapenko, in the 3rd round. From 2005 to 2018, mid-April was a peak rougher time of year. 10 times in those 14 seasons, he won Monte Carlo and Barcelona in back-to-back weeks. Call it the La Decima Double. So far Alcaraz has 2 titles at the latter event. This year he finally won the former. Can he match the feat of endurance and concentration that his countryman made look so routine that we came to think of it as automatic? Alcaraz will have to earn his rougher moment, because the field is a typically strong one. Casper Ruud, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Andrei Rublev, Alex de Minaur, and 2 players who took sets from Alcaraz in Monte Carlo, Arthur Fils and Lorenzo Musetti, are here. Alcaraz could face Francis Tiafoe in the 2nd round, de Minaur in the 3rd, and either Tsitsipas or Fils in the quarters. What will it take for Zverev to break out of his slump, which has lasted for more than 2 months now? You might think that making the Australian Open final would have made him feel more optimistic about the season ahead. Instead, each week brings another early loss, and another despondent set of quotes from him. This past week, he also lost his number 2 ranking to Alcaraz 6 or 7 years ago. A trip to Munich would have been just what the psychologist ordered for Zverev. He won this title twice when he was first climbing the rankings, in 2017 and 2018. Since then, though, the friendly crowd hasn't been able to help him much. He hasn't been back to the final, and last year he went out early to Christian Guerin. Ben Shelton is seeded 2nd in Munich, but more eyes will be on number 6 Jakub Mensik. The Czech teen, who beat Novak Djokovic in the Miami Open final a few weeks ago, could play Zverev in the quarters.